I am with Joy Bray, one of the owners of Gateway Real Estate. And Joy, thanks for joining me, first of all, because I really want some insight into this market. The last few years have been unlike anything I've seen in my lifetime for Missouri.
Yes.
It's been a very big seller's market. There have been bidding wars, things like that. Is it still the case or is it changing?
It is changing a little bit. We've been on a pretty wild ride over the past couple of years. So we saw historical home sales in a pandemic, which is
unexpected.
Yes. So prices went sky high, like 30% increase in prices over the last couple of years. And like you said, bidding wars. There was escalation clauses, there was appraisal gaps, like all this stuff that was happening that is just not normal for our traditional market.
Right.
So we've had a lot of pivots over the last couple of years, and now it's kind of cooling off a little bit, which historically it does cool off around this time of year with the holidays coming and everything.
People want to stay put a little while.
Yeah, you know, they put their Christmas tree up and they go, my tree is up.
Right.
But it is leveling off a little bit. So we're not seeing the bidding wars that we were seeing. You're not going to see 10, 20 offers day one when you put your house on the market. But that does not mean that it's no longer a seller's market.
Yeah, so what does that mean exactly for sellers?
So inventory is still very low. So low inventory and high demand for housing equals a seller's market. So there's lots of buyers out there and they are ready to make a move. It's just sellers cannot expect to get $20,000 or $30,000 over their list price right now. Instead, we're going to go back to what's very normal for us, where it's going to be maybe a full price offer. And for buyers, it's great because they don't have to feel so pressured. There's been a lot of pressure where we go on a showing and we're standing there, we're like, do you want to buy this house? Like, you have to decide right now.
Or you're going to lose it.
Yeah. And that's not what we're about. Like, we are in the people business. We want people to go home and talk about it and pray on it, or whatever it is they do to make a major financial decision instead of being pressured to like make a decision right there. So I'm very excited for the buyers. That doesn't mean that sellers aren't getting great offers still. And you can get the seller now to pay your closing costs again, which has always been a thing, except for the last 2 years. So it's like, forget it. We're not paying for that. So it's good for both buyers and sellers right now. Waiting is not the answer. Traditionally, people that have waited for whatever market condition is out there, they're kicking themselves later on.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's good for buyers and sellers.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
Yes.
All right. So in knowing that then, and if we're going to buy, if we're going to sell, why is it important to use a realtor?
Well, it's very important to have an advocate. So you want to have a realtor that is working for you and not for a commission check. So that's kind of where Gateway comes in. We are definitely people before profit. We are chasing relationships. We're not chasing paychecks. So it is our job to be the absolute go-to expert in the market to help walk you through what is one of the most stressful things that you can go through. It's like a top 5 stressor, like divorce, death, buying a house. So we understand the emotions that people are going through because we're really tuned into our people, and we can really help navigate a very stressful transaction.
Yes, and you really are the expert because you do this every single day. If I'm going to go buy a house, that's not something I do every day. So that's why I would need some help and an expert. So how can people get more information about you and Gateway Real Estate?
So a couple different ways. So you can go on our website, gatewaymo.com, MO like for Missouri. And we have an extremely active social media. So of course you can find us on Facebook.
Yeah. Joy, thank you so much for that insight. Give her a call. She really is the real deal.